you doing, guys? Welcome back to HERVE'S World. Okay, so we're going to do our next just get some autofocus, our next tutorial. So let's see this. Now, sometimes you have a computer and the last thing you want to do while you're surfing is to get a virus. So what do? Do you take your thing to Geek Squad so that you can get it cleaned? No, you don't do that. So if you follow these simple steps, which I'm going to put in the description, you'll be able to keep your computer clean free, optimize, and you should be get going and save you some money. Okay, so let's take a look. So first thing I suggest is this. Whenever you have a computer, don't just put one profile on your computer. And here's what I mean. Say I have my HERVE profile on my computer, but the HERVE profile becomes corrupted. Now, think of it as me getting the flu or the mumps or the bubonic plague. Or actually, let's do the Black Plague. That's one of my favorites. And the system's infected. Now, in order for me to administer to that account, I can only log on to the HERVE account, which is kind of bad because it's infected. So I suggest whenever you have a computer, put 2 different profiles on there, even if you're the only person using it. Make a HERVE profile and then make a guest profile or a HERVENA profile. That way, if your HERVE profile is infected, you can go into the second profile, log in, and clean the computer. Okay, so these are some in and outs. You want to give yourself some outs when you're doing any computer thing. If it's seized, you can't work within a profile. So let's do here. So we're going to go to a website. And let me maximize this. The website you can go to for great computer technical support is a website called CNET. So cnet.com. Now, you go to download. Now, think of it this way. In the United States, which is where I live, when we have a problem, we have different branches of armed forces to address different things. So Army, ground troops, Marines, hoorah Marines, they do a specific type of attack and defense. We have the Navy, they're naval, and we have the Air Force by air. So think of it this way. When you're running your computer, depending on the type of issues you have, which can be Trojan based or virus based or worm based, or say you have malware or spyware on your system, you want to address them accordingly. So when I clean my computer, I address them accordingly. So the first thing I download is Advanced SystemCare. Now there's a free version, which is, today's going to be a free tutorial. So what this does is, Advanced SystemCare is a popular system cleaner and it's an optimizer of your system, which means it will do different aspects. So while we go, let's see if we can get this to download and then I'll go to the next one. Okay. So I use Advanced SystemCare for optimizing your system. It'll find registry fixes, it'll do anything that your system is lacking with Windows Update. It will look for issues in internet, browser, security, malware. It'll do all that all in one. So we hit accept. We can hit accept and install. I have a previous version. So what I'm doing now is I'm uninstalling the old version and installing the new version so that we can be on the same page. Now, while this is downloading, we're going to go to our next one. So the next one I like to download is called SuperAntiSpyware. And if you can guess by what it tells you, SuperAntiSpyware, it deals primarily for spyware. So let's go here. And you just go down and you look for the free one. If you don't see it, don't separate the words, put them together. It'll show different versions, and then here we go. SuperAntiSpyware Free Edition. And you'll see free edition. There's a professional version, but today we're going to do a free edition. This is to remove any spyware in your system. Okay, let me move this closer. Better. Apologies for the blurriness. Now what it's doing, it's removing pre-existing version and it's going to load the latest version. So while it's doing that, so SuperAntiSpyware, you click next. I agree. Don't add any of the side things that it does because it's kind of annoying. It'll keep prompting you for, just don't take any of the frill stuff. And just click next and we hit finished. So what it's going to do, it's going to update, I do decline. So we're not going to do a free professional trial because this is a free tutorial. And right now what it's doing is it is updating its databases with what they have as known spyware. So the next one we're going to do is Malwarebytes. Now you'll see Malwarebytes anti-malware free. We're going to do that. Now this deals specifically with malware. And what this basically does is Malwarebytes it combines powerful technologies to seek, destroy, prevent malware infections. It's an easy anti-malware application. It's both free and premium. So for spyware, that one, it removes all spyware, not just the easy ones, quick, complete, custom scanning of hard drive, removable drives, memory, registry, and other folders, includes trusting and excluding folders for complete customization of scanning. So if we go to the bottom, we can say close because it's going to ask us. Waiting for it to actuate. We're going to run. It's pretty quick to run. Now, if we look here, the database has been updated. So I am going to hit OK first. You're going to hit next for Malwarebytes. You're going to do I accept and agree. And then you're going to do next. And next again. Once again, you can create a desktop shortcut and install. Now while that's doing that, we're going to click on SuperAntiSpyware and we're going to do scan this computer and leave these checked. So it does a scan for frequently unwanted. That's fine. Activate low boost or high boost. You can do a high activate scan. That's just okay. Let's do a high one. And let's do a complete scan. And it's off to the races. So what it does, it will do file scan, memory scan, registry scan, and look, it's already finding stuff in there. So we're gonna ignore that for now. And another one that I like to use is if you have malware and you have spyware, well, you got them from somewhere. So the next one I like to do is called Spybot. And this is the search and deploy. You could do the portable, but I like to do the full suite. And it'll look like this one. top one, the free one. And basically what it does, it's a malware and spyware detection removal tool that uses open source malware detections to prevent your computer against attacks. Okay, now all these links are going to be in the description. So we click. We're going to run. They're pretty quick to optimize. So let's take a look. Now we're going to do this. So this is Advanced SystemCare. This is the one it does. Let me show you what it does. It does startup optimization, privacy suite, junk files clean. You'll find a lot of junk files in here. Shortcut fix, registry clean, removal of spyware, internet boost, system optimization, registry defag, disk scan, vulnerability fix, and disk optimization. Now, let's just move this to the side over here. Now, the way this works is this way. You'll see there's a happy face here. That's because I clean my computer regularly. But if you're gonna run it, you're gonna see a sad face. It should be red with a downward face. And we don't like it that way. So this one's very easy to do. What I do is I click select all, and then I hit scan. And make sure to check here. You can close this right here, but make sure to check automatically fix. Now it's going to run through all of these things: startup, items, privacy issues, junk files, shortcuts, registry, spyware threats, internet threats, performance issues, registry fragments, disk errors, security holes, and disk optimization. It's going to do all of them at the same time for you. So these tools are great. The next thing we're going to do is continue with the Spybot. So we hit OK. You can do next on Spybot. You can leave the first one. It's installing Spybot for personal use. You're gonna do I want protected mode. It's fine. And then you hit accept on the button. Hit next. Install. And what this does is going to install the suite. So we have our Army, Advanced SystemCare. We have our Marines, SuperAntiSpyware. We have our Air Force, Malwarebytes, and then we have Spybots. And you just let them run. Doing this, I probably run mine since I'm kind of a paranoid tech. I run my stuff probably once every 2 weeks. You can run them all at the same time. It's fine, the system's not gonna cry. I figure your computer can multitask, so have them do all of them at the same time, you don't have to worry about it. Now, what this is doing with Spybot, it's installing the system, it's doing a background file scanner service, and then it will check what it has in its system from the website, and then we'll run. So while we're doing this, let me move this here. It's saying no, Hervé. We'll move this to the corner. We're going to move Malwarebytes. Actually, we're going to do SuperAntiSpyware up here. We're going to look for Malwarebytes. We can do this, and we finish with. Okay, this is another tool that we don't need, so I'm going to close. Now, what it's doing here, so this is Spybot, and it's updating what it has on the system. So you let it update, and then you hit update. And what it's gonna do is like an inoculation. It's like going to a doctor and getting a flu shot. So it says, hey, these are the latest things that we know that are bad. So we're going to give you a virus flu shot of all the known objects out there. And then once this is done, you inoculate and then you run the program. So let me check. Now, Spybot has this. It has system scan. You can do a quarantine. You can do an update. You can do a file scan, or you can do immunization. So right now we're doing an immunization, and then we're going to do a system scan. Let me check on... Okay, so now this is the dashboard for Malwarebytes. So I'm just going to hit scan, and you can just do start scan. Now I'm just going to minimize this here and get this out of the way. So like I said, you can run them all at the same time. We're going to minimize this until it's finished. So first thing it's doing, it checked for updates. It did a pre-scan operations, and now it's scanning our physical memory, and then it's going to do a scan startup files, scan registry, scan file system, and then heretics and analysis. So run these once every 2 weeks. And you should be good. Another thing that you want, you don't just want to have the army there, but you want to have a presence on your computer that's always going to look for viruses whenever you're doing anything. And what I like to use Symantec Antivirus. Now, Symantec Antivirus is great because it's a industry standard. It's been there a long time. You can update itself. It has definitions that you can do, and I'll show you what it looks like really quick. But we'll make this a separate video on there. Right there, Symantec Endpoint Protection. If you go in, you can turn off, do stuff, but it's basically like a big brother. Anything it sees the system do, it'll stop. Now, if you have any questions, please just hit me up on the comment section. If you have any issues, let me know. But I would rather you save some money and clean your computer yourself than to have somebody do it and rip you off, okay? So if we look here at Advanced System Care, now it finished, it completely cleaned. So if you look, it did a summary, it cleaned all the issues that it had, and it just gives you a check mark, and it actually sped up my computer. So I'm going to do finish. It's actually pretty quick with this one. And it's a happy face right here. So we're gonna get this bad boy out of here. Now I'm going to close the internet page. That way it'll be less distracting for you. Now, there are times when you're using your computer and these tools that I'm showing you just won't cut it. Maybe you have a virus or you have a worm on your system and it just won't clean it. And you need something a little beefier, something like Arnold Schwarzenegger in Terminator coming to clean your system. And we'll cover that in another episode. So I'm actually using, this is a Windows PC. I have a Mac as well. So I will be including the Mac version of software that you can use, free of course. And then I will do a video with the Mac software. If you see that you keep having a problem with viruses, these will tell you exactly where it is in your system. It will tell you where the file resides, what site. This will tell you what site it's on. And let me just close this. So once again, you want to have more than one profile on your system. And this is because we're doing a clean. It's trying to authenticate. It's trying to update what we have. More than one profile, that way it gives you a way out. If your system, even after cleaning, becomes unusable, unmanageable, uncleanable, and you're forced to abandon your computer, don't abandon it yet. I'm going to show you in another episode how to rebuild your computer without having to rebuild it. So having that other profile, there are some things we can do. So all the aspects of this particular profile, everything that I've done, file-wide, desktop-wide, internet-wide, I can copy those folders and transfer it into another profile to recreate my profile without having to abandon the computer. So if you don't have another profile, this won't work. But we'll cover that in another one. So let's take a look. So this one here is running about 12 minutes. We see here that Malwarebytes has completed and it found 0 threats detected and it quarantined 0. So we're going to close this bad boy out. Look at that, it's green. It was free, so no malware on our system. But we do see that we do have, at now, 68 malware issues. Now, if there's any videos that you guys want to see, anything that you're having a problem with and you want to go bring it to someone, let me know and I'll give you some tips and tricks. I don't want you to destroy your computer, so if you have an issue, give me a call. Give me an IM. Give me a ring. But these are tools, simple tools that you can use to optimize your system. Okay, look at that. SuperAntiSpyware, it's done. It found 68 threats. So we're going to hit continue. Now, and then we hit continue again to quarantine those issues. As quick as that, I remove them. We do continue and spyware clean, optimize, clean, malware, there was no malware. And if you look here, Spybot, no issues yet. So we'll let this go. Actually, what this is doing here, it's checking for anti-spyware updates, but I know I'm updated. So let me close this and we're going to hit system scan. And then all you do is, it found some stuff, but you do start a scan and it's scanning. So once again, it matches a database that they have and it cleans whatever you have. But this is how you save some money. There's no need to spend money to have somebody clean your computer. just some basic maintenance. If you own a car, you got to do routine checkups, you got to check the brakes, you got to do oil change, you got to bring it in for maintenance. Same thing with your computer. If you keep your computer virus clean, malware clean, Spybot clean, worm clean, and optimized, and you have a good tool for cleaning, you're going to be good to go. So I can tell you this, my system, Spyware wide, it's clean now. Now, Spybot, I ran it yesterday and I didn't find anything on my system. So I know for a fact it's clean, but I just wanted to show you guys how to actuate it. Now I'm going to put everything in the description so that you can click on these links and follow through. Once again, IT means I try, and thank you for visiting HERVE'S World. This vessel is cleansed.